You are paying for this whether you are in the affected areas or not. That's how this stuff goes these days. Whether we talk hurricanes or disasters, invariably it has an effect on this, what we pay for basic stuff. And doesn't Fox News contributor Scott Martin know it, looking at the financial fallout from all of this? Obviously, utility bills quickly pop for all concerned, and more than that, right?
Yeah, I mean, Neil, you're seeing utility bills up 50, 100% in some cases. And that's not just from this heat wave, my friend. We've had a couple other ones earlier in July. We had some in California in June. So you see this affect everyone. And what really hurts is the discretionary spending, Neil, that the consumer has that pretty much powers this economy. You see somebody have an increase in their bill of the dollars I mentioned. They're not going to go to the stores. They're not going to spend on those items that they would shop on Amazon for example. And therefore, that can slow the economy down quite a bit.
Now, a lot of people try to protect themselves and find other things to do in air-conditioned places or go to movie theaters and the like. So the flip side is people could seek out those places whose business does pick up, right?
Yeah, I mean, myself, I tend to go to ice cream shops a lot more. At least that's what I tell my wife and kids when it's hot. But yes, there are other things that consumers do. And that's really a good point that you pointed out with one of the previous guests was things are cyclical. As it was mentioned, you know, there are going to be temperatures in the 70s this weekend, but they do occur. I mean, there are times when we do have these heat waves, just like we have winter storms, too, over the wintertime, when that does keep people out of the stores and it does affect spending and does translate down to the economic data line.
Speaking of the economic data line and what's happening with the markets right now, I'd be remiss if I didn't bring up the pickup in the Dow today, optimism about a trade deal maybe involving the Canadians soon. We're going to be touching on that. But obviously, all of this propelling the Dow, not the heat wave, I should stress, but just the fact that there is a wind, albeit maybe a warm wind at our backs, huh?
Yeah, as temperatures have gone up on the East Coast, so has the Dow Jones Industrial Average. And you're right. The markets and economy, I think, are looking at things positively, given that we got this deal done with Mexico a couple days ago. I don't think Canada is too far behind. And the crown jewel is China, my friend. I think we're going to see a deal done with them in the next couple months.
All right, Scott Martin, always a pleasure. Hot or cool, you are always the best, and I do appreciate it.